I'll think about it, Mila. So last night I watched a movie, a film, if you will, a movie film, a motion picture. For the first time, I know a lot of people are shocked that a lot of classic movies I'm reviewing are the things I've seen for the first time. And that's Die Hard. I watched Die Hard yesterday for the first time. I know a lot of people have recommended this film to me over the course of my many years on this planet. Never seen it before. Die Hard. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Like, going into this, I knew it would be a good movie. I'm aware that it's a good movie going into it. But I'm not going to lie to you. Action movies, I like action movies. But, like, I don't, they're not my favorite genre for sure. But Die Hard, goddamn, this is a hell of a movie. This is a film. This is a really, really, really good fucking movie. I was so into this movie yesterday when I was watching it. And that's not typical for me to get that into action movies. But Die Hard is fantastic. So, the plot is that an estranged couple, right? One of them works at an office building, the woman, and the man is like a cop, deadbeat loser who's like, resents her for having a higher paying job or something. And so he goes to visit her across the country. And he goes into the office, and then boom, there's terrorists that take over the building. Now, this movie, somehow, the pacing is so excellent that, like, every scene that goes by is better than the previous. Like, it gets better and better and better and better and better. Right? It's just amazing. So I love, one of my favorite aspects of the movie is that Bruce Willis has no shoes or socks on because someone on a plane told him to, like, feel the rug with his toes or whatever as a way to get over flying anxiety or flight anxiety. And so he's doing that when the terrorists come in. And you'd think, he kills a couple of guys. You'd think find a pair of socks at some point. No. They make a point of him trying shoes on and the shoes don't fit. But I mean, like, socks, man. Come on now. Like, socks, right? That would have been a pretty good idea. But anyway. But this movie, man, it's great. One of my favorite aspects of this movie is that Bruce Willis, the character John McClane, talks to himself a lot. And he uses a lot of fuck words. I gotta be honest, right? Like, hearing Bruce Willis say the fuck word, it's very fun. It's very enjoyable. Bruce Willis saying motherfucker is up there. It is up there. I love the word motherfucker in general. It's a great word. But Bruce Willis does a really good job at saying the word motherfucker. So anyway, he says motherfucker a lot. It's great. And, I mean, the action scenes, right? Like, it's paced so well because there's, like, scenes of intense action and anxiety, and you're like, whoa. And then there's, like, then John McClane escapes, a.k.a. Bruce Willis, escapes, and then, like, then they meet up again, like, him and the terrorists, and then, like, there's more action, blah, blah, blah. And the characters, the terrorists, are great. Like, they're really good characters. They're really deceptive. The acting is great. It's just wonderful. And then you've got, like, the cokehead douchebag at the office building that tries to sell out Bruce Willis and then ends up getting himself killed like a fucking moron. It's great. Fuck that guy, by the way. And what I love about this movie is, now, I understand Bruce Willis is a cop in this movie, but he's the exception. But all the cops in this movie are garbage. So even the one cop that's, like, Bruce Willis's friend on the radio, like, at some scene in the movie, that guy is like, Bruce Willis asked him, like, why are you on, like, what happened? Like, why aren't you on the beat anymore or whatever? And he's like, I shot a kid, man. I didn't know. Ain't that realistic? The good guy cop is the one who shot a kid at some point in his... right? That is realistic. And then, of course, you've got All the cops in this movie are just fucking garbage. They're just fucking garbage. And I love that, like, every time a new officer is introduced, every time a new officer is introduced, they're worse than the last. Right, so you've got, like, the deputy police chief when he gets on the scene, just acting like a complete idiot. He, like, tells people to do things and gets them all killed, ignores Bruce Willis's information, has SWAT members go in there and get themselves killed. Right, so they're a fucking idiot. And then the FBI comes in, and honestly, the FBI characters in this movie were very fucking hilarious. I was cracking the fuck up. So you've got, like, Special Agent Johnson, and then other Special Agent Johnson, no relation. That was really funny. And then when they're flying in on the helicopter, and then one of them is like, this reminds me of Saigon. It's like, yeah, he was having fun, like, you know, massacring Vietnamese villagers. Makes sense, checks out, he's in the FBI, it's a promotion. I love, also, the scene where the FBI guys get fucking shot down and blown up in their helicopter. And then the deputy chief is like, we're going to need some more FBI guys. Oh, it was so funny. I was cracking up at how hilarious the cops were. But then also another thing in this movie is the news media, also garbage. It's also trash. The news media exposes who Bruce Willis's character is to the terrorists and tells the terrorists, tells television, which the terrorists are watching, who Bruce Willis's wife is in the office, and then she gets kidnapped because of them. And I loved at the end of the movie when Bruce Willis's wife, I forget her name, punches out the news anchor because, you know, obviously the news anchor didn't know the repercussions of his actions or didn't know the result of his actions. But that was great. Oh, so good. I mean, this movie was great. That fucking scene when Bruce Willis ties himself to the fucking fire hose and then jumps off the building and into a window, I was freaking out. I have a fear of heights. I have big anxiety when it comes to heights. And, like, I'm aware that Bruce Willis survives. I'm aware that there's sequels. I didn't go into this movie. That's the thing about movies, you can kind of predict them based on, like, what people have told you and then knowing that there's sequels, right? But then also, like, you know, the action star dying in the middle of the movie, unlikely. Some movies do that. They do that, like, weird twist, and that's cool. But, you know, so even knowing that Bruce Willis is going to survive, when he jumped off the building tied to the fire hose, I was freaking the fuck out. I was like, oh my god, no! It was so good. It was so good. This movie was so fun to watch. It's like 2 hours, too. And, like, every moment is high intensity action, and every moment builds off of the previous moment so well. It's really fucking good. This is a great movie. I know a lot of people have told me that this is a great movie, and I feel it. I understand what they were saying. This is a fantastic film. I'm interested in watching the sequels. I'm vaguely aware, and just, you know, that the sequels are probably not going to be as good as the first one. But, wow. I also love that Bruce Willis's character gets more fucked up over the course of the movie. Like, he gets his bloody feet because, again, he has no shoes on. He gets shot in the shoulder. Right? Like, it's just, like, the stakes increasing over time. It's a great movie. And then I can't end this review without talking about the limo driver, Argyle. I love that motherfucker. So in the beginning of the movie, right, Bruce Willis gets a limo over to the office. And the limo driver's like, all right, I'll wait in the parking garage for you, you know, because he's thinking he's going to go in and out, either talk to his wife and get shit canned and have to, like, be driven somewhere else, or maybe get driven back to the wife's house. Right? They're in a estranged marriage or whatever. So Argyle, the limo guy, is waiting in the parking garage. Every scene, like, there's, like, action, people dying, people getting shot, explosions. And then it goes to Argyle, like, drinking alcohol and talking on the phone and listening to music in the limo. And it's so good. I was cracking up. It's so funny. Like, the comic relief there was perfectly timed. It was brilliant. And I just love the fact that he's jamming to a mixtape so hard that he doesn't even know that there's explosions going on. It's so good. It really is so good. This movie was fucking phenomenal. And again, I am not someone that typically likes action movies so much. I think a lot of action movies, I mean, I like them. I don't dislike them. Right? But it's definitely not my favorite genre. But this movie, I have to say, was fucking great. It was so fun to watch. Every scene was just so intense. It was building off of the previous. I had such high anxiety when he was jumping off that building with the fire hose. It was just great. And again, the cops are all disgusting, evil fucking pigs. And even the one good cop character is someone who admits to shooting a 13-year-old kid at some point. It's like, whoa, bro, that's a little fucked up. And by the way, can we talk about this poster? There's no way you'd be able to get away with this poster nowadays. Let's be honest, right? That's one hell of a poster. I'm just saying. Now, again, it's one building, but with that thing in the middle, kind of looks like two. I'm just saying. You have to say it's a Christmas movie and fuck anyone that says it's not. I am going to be honest. Right, I've heard this meme before, and I'm going to lean on the side that this is the best Christmas movie. I'm going to lean on that side. Now, again, it's not a typical Christmas-themed movie, but it is the best Christmas movie I will say that I've seen. Like, I'm going to have to say it begrudgingly, understanding the meme and understanding that, you know, it's kind of a cheat code. But damn, this is a great fucking movie. I was literally blown away by how good it was. I don't think I've ever seen an action movie that was this entertaining. So, Die Hard, man. What a film. Just what a film. It was really good. Really good movie. Damn. That's all I can say. Damn. All right, that's the show, folks. Imagine an actual IRL cop in this situation climbing through air ducts and walking. Yeah. I gotta watch 12 Monkeys again, because that's another banger. Have I seen Lethal Weapon? I've never seen any of them. It has the word hard and the word die, and the title is perfect. Die Hard. That's a fucking title. That's a fucking title. Die Hard. It doesn't get better than that. Straight and to the point. Die Hard. Now, I love like titles like that. Like one of my favorite kinds of titles are like the one word abstract title. Like, my favorite video game is Doom, but also the title of the game being Doom, it's perfect. It's a perfect title. Now, Die Hard is 2 words, so it's not as good as the one word abstract emotional title like Doom or Quake or something. But Die Hard, as far as the title goes, that's a fucking title. That's a goddamn title. But yeah, there you go.